Okay, geeing myself up to try and stop myself from yawning. Hi, Megalich, by the way. Okay. As I wait for people to gear in, I think, what the hey, I'll make a video. Hey, Heine, how's it going? I'm going to warm up by making a video. I just have to get myself ready for it. Suppose I should put the chickens in charge too. I've got a theory it'll take people a while to come in. Let me see. Chickens in charge. Oh, that doesn't seem to work. Wedge you in. We got the best way to wedge all the chickens in the display. Hey, Greg, how you doing? How was your first Father's Day as a father? To decide where to put this last one. Do 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 do. Oops, that one just fell. That's kind of okay. There we go. Chicken's in charge. All right. Set some stuff up. And okay. Okay, let's bring this up. We are going to do adios amigos. So I need cognac, dry gin. Cognac. Dry gin. Something. Oh, actually, is this one dry? Australian dry gin. There we go. Vermouth. Cognac, dry gin. Rum. Okay. Okay. With that, oh god, I forgot my other friend. God damn it, I always forget something. Alright, I gotta disappear for 30 seconds to get it. Dad, sister, and niece came to visit, so that's nice. Yeah, no luck finding any more chickens, which is very strange. I have to ask my offspring if they took any chickens to their new place. I don't know if that would explain it. Anyway, I'm going to be back 30 seconds. Okie dokie. That was pretty quick. Okay. Shit happening again. Oh. Adios, amigos. No, that's not really gonna work. I'm gonna check something over here. Do. Come on, let's go. Fuck's sake. Just a coop. Okay. Wait, do I have a sugar syrup here? Oh, for fuck's sake. Honestly. I'm getting super annoyed with myself at this point. I have a freaking sugar syrup. God damn it. Yes, chickens are off starting a revolution. As we were warned by AI. Okay. Okay. I want to make this first. Okay. Give me a break. For fuck's sake. This is shaky. Okay, good to know. Got a shaky this one. Let's make this sucker. I'm gonna get ready, because here I come now. Get ready, because here I come now. Do. There's a lot of ingredients in this. Okay, so we are starting with rum. Pour that out. And cognac. Pour that out. Okay. These two ingredients are ready. Let's turn this on. We did that to there. And I'm going to start making it. Dry gin. Dry vermouth. A little bit of lime juice. And a little bit of sugar syrup. Damn it. Okay, that's the ingredients. Let's get the glass. And now it goes there, and we make sure that's lined up. Oh yeah, that's looking pretty good. See that. Oops, there. Some ice in here. Seal up my little ice thermos for later. And okay, that's ready. We do that. Got a strainer. Okay, so that's the close-ups done. Now we do the talky bit. Throw this up to the roof. All right. So to eat. I wanted to do a photo for publicity purposes. Alright, this around. Take a photo. Get my shit together. Okay. Okay. Oh, we're moving right along now. Okay. Got to that happening. Okay. Turn the audio recorder on. We turn the video recorder on. Chickens are still managing things here. Good to see. Okay. Ready? Here I come now. G'day, cocktail lovers. Trader Vic is one of the big names of 20th century bartending, obviously in the tiki scene, but I'm going to make one today that's got me thinking, what the actual fuck was Trader Vic thinking? Because feels like he threw everything but the kitchen sink at this. We're starting off with rum, not that unusual. Then we're getting dry gin in the mix, then dry vermouth, and then some cognac, which, then we had some lime juice and sugar syrup. That's got me going, what are we doing here? But we're going to try it. There's a plane going over. It is, and it's just going to be a persistent little noise in the background. Because if I can hear it, the audio recorder can hear it. Comes together looking nice enough. If I give it a taste, it's very interesting. Let's talk about how we make it. In our mixing glass, we're going to put 1 ounce or 30 mils of rum. Follow that with half an ounce or 15 mils of cognac, then half an ounce or 15 mils of dry gin, half an ounce or 15 mils of dry vermouth, then a quarter of an ounce, around 7.5 mils of lime juice, and a quarter of an ounce, 7.5 mils of a rich sugar syrup. Add ice to your shaker, then shake that good and hard for 10 or 15 seconds to chill and dilute the drink, and then strain it into a chilled coupe. As I taste this again, it's certainly not a bad drink. It's cars getting past. Giving it another taste, it certainly isn't a bad drink, but something, again, for my personal taste, is not quite there. I'm thinking it's the combination of the vermouth and the lime juice that isn't really working for me. I could do the science, make this once with vermouth but without lime juice, then once with lime juice and without vermouth, and see if I thought either of those were better. Maybe another day I'll science up this one, but I'm not going to call this Trader Vic's finest hour. That's the meanest thing I'll say. Not his finest hour. I don't hate it. You might like it. It's something to play with anyway. And like a lot of these drinks, I think there's a lot of room for experimentation and adjusting things for your palate. And I think with a few little adjustments, this might be more to mine. But I'd love to hear if you've ever tried it, what you think. Is it just me, or is the vermouth and lime juice weird? Do you think it'd be better without one of them? Anyway, I may try that another day, but for now, I'm just going to finish this. I'm going to wish you all the best. I hope to see you again soon. Until I do, I'll just say cheers. All right, that's okay. That's done. I'm going to sit down and have a chat. Beaten rifle. Okay. Let's move that. Let's get my chair back here. You know what I'm going to do for fun? I'm just going to put my garnishes in here. Even though they technically don't belong in here, that I like them. So I'm going to get them. Here I come now. It's out of sight. Why is it so crowded here? Because there's a bunch of chickens in the way. Okay, you're finished for now. Okay. Mad J, could I react to my new... no. What the fuck is that all about? Do I know you? Oh, wait, where am I? Make this banner go away. Suck my balls, you sad little fuckhead. What are you, random cocksucker walking around on fucking Twitch? Sniveling little turd? What an absolute fucking waste of space garbage piece of shit. I mean, seriously, what sort of cunt just wanders in? React to my video. Like, fuck you, you feral little shit stain. Anyway, that's a bit of fun hanging shit on someone. Hey, Justin, how you going? Also, I just blocked them on Twitch, so it'll be fun to see if they're the sort of sad little loser who has multiple accounts just so they can be a sad fucking loser. Justin, you're on an interview panel. Is that interview someone for a job? Ugh. Oh. Anyway, adios amigos, or hola amigos, really. Yep, that cocktail's definitely not doing it for me. Ah, well, I'll try another one a bit later, or possibly quite soon, because there's not much of that one left. Oh, 4 interviews, and you've never done it before. Well, learning experience. Do you get any training on how to do it? If not, there'll be a heap of YouTube videos that could be useful to you. So if they don't provide you any direct support or training to do it, I'd let YouTube University teach you. What's it doing? Trello. Okay. Adios, amigos. That's Fontaine. Oh, God. This fucking app doesn't sort of work all the time. What was the other one I was going to do? The golden phone. Ooh. Oh, was that one? Oh, Old Money. That was the other one. Mezcal and tequila. Might make that. I'm trying to think. I think the last educational or try to learn something video I watched on YouTube was how to fix a door when the handle comes off. I mean, I do watch just general ones about, I mean, I suppose that counts, just videos about making videos and editing and whatnot. The 2 tequila ones. Golden Phone, Yellow Chartreuse. That was probably the one I was actually going to make. A stirred one. Yeah, maybe I'll make the stirred one. Oh, nice. Oh, yes, I know you're the interviewer, Justin. All right, so you do actually have the resources on how to interview. Good. Now, I was just going to throw it out there. If they just told you to do it and didn't give you any support, you could probably get some good advice and instructional videos on YouTube. What am I going to do? Old money or tequila and yellow chartreuse? I feel like doing a stirred cocktail a bit later. Yeah, it's not just Harvard. There are a lot of top-line universities that let you effectively take their classes online, which is you can see all the lectures for a particular degree thing online. Not sure I have the focus to do it. So 7 out of 10. Not terrible, not great. Not something I would do again. But at least I don't hate it. So, that's a plus. Will I even do one more tonight? I mean, I'm so far ahead in videos. Maybe just freaking chill out tonight and not make any more drinks and just take it easy. Easy like Sunday morning. It's making another blood orange liqueur. You can see it's quite coloured. It's a clear spirit in there now, and it is a very reddy orange now. This is the 95% alcohol Polish rectified spirit, just leaching the colour and flavour out of blood orange peel. I'm going to leave it in there till maybe the weekend, then put it in a bigger receptacle and add some vodka and syrup and leave that probably for at least a couple of weeks, and then barrel age it, add some water to get the right dilution that I want, and then barrel age it for, I don't know, a month or two. See what happens. Get an ADHD diagnosis, get some medication, then you can fix. Yeah, that could be a thing. I have mentioned before on many an occasion, though I don't have an autism spectrum or ADHD diagnosis, whenever my many friends online who do post memes about it, I always find myself going, hashtag relatable. And I keep finding these things relatable. Maybe there's something to that. Never met a man who made me feel. What the party gonna end? Hey, Mism, how are you doing? Good to see you. Just chilling out on a Tuesday night. Not worrying about too much at all. Brain go thinky. Might even go and get my martini, have a bit of martini. So just might be worth doing. Yeah, I know. That's a very real thing. Yes. No, it is something I've considered. Missing Creations, I am fine. I hope everything's going well for you and all. Big thoughts. What am I going to do? All right. I am going to go. Wait, is this? Oh, okay. You know what? I'm not even gonna go. Oh, wait. What am I doing? What am I thinking? I'm thinking multiple things and trying to make a decision. Yeah, you know what? I topped up my freezer martini and I haven't tried it. Just going to have a little one. Little martini. Not a big martini. But I'm also going to get ice. Not for the martini, though. My little glass. I'm going to get some ice. It's like, I don't know. I'm not even going to put the chickens in. It'll be like 30 seconds. Ugh. Got my music with me. All right, I'm back. Told you I wouldn't be long. Right, I'm back. I'm back. Well, that was a fun noise. Have a little taste of freezer martini. Oh, that's fucking good. Ice cold, really clean martini. Thing. We top it up next. What did I top it up with? Oh man, that's just really fucking nice. Maybe dry gin, I think. Good old dry gin. And see what comes out of that. And maybe we dirty it up a bit. Get a little bit dirty. Because sometimes I like it dirty. It's Freddie Mercury's birthday today, aka Farouk Balzara. There's a few things I was tempted to do for the theme for this stream. Another birthday was an absolutely ancient American comedian. And I was amazed to hear he was still alive. Oh, God. And now I've blanked. Let's go. I keep wanting to say Phil Hartman, and it's not Phil Hartman. No, that's September 5th. Ugh. Oh my God, I can't type. Bob Newhart. That's who I was trying to think of. Bob Newhart. And the name of the stream was going to be I Can't Believe Bob Newhart's Still Alive. Then I thought that was really fucking rude, and so I didn't do it. 94. He was widowed just last year. And after, bloody 7 decades of performing, I shouldn't say something shitty like, "Oh, I don't believe he's still alive." Apparently, he was on that terrible Young Sheldon show, because I think he was also in some episodes of Big Bang Theory as a professor. Not sure how they did that with Young Sheldon, supposed to be like 20 years earlier, and he would have looked older than he did when he was in the Big Bang Theory. Who knows? Bit of Hollywood magic, maybe. Anything's possible. That's really nice. Oh man, that's really nice. Okay. But that's all I'm going to drink of it tonight because it's really strong. Might have some more on Thursday or Friday night. And then top it up again with so now my new Infinity Martini. But hey, Strictly Sega, how you doing? Gonna put that in there. Actually, you may not be that far off the mark, Megaleech. 74 may not look much different to 94. You dozed off watching Friendly Geordies. Which one was it? Like he put that Rome one up on YouTube, didn't he? Although, is that why he had a 1 hour video up today? Was that actually one of his stage shows? Friendly Geordies cancels the media. Yeah, I just saw that he posted a 1 hour video, and I thought, I don't want to watch for an hour. Oh, that's interesting. The people who were being charged over the tourist deaths on the volcanic eruption in New Zealand, they had the charges dropped. There you go. So here's a weird story that happened not that far from where I live. A 14-year-old was forced into a car on Monday, confronted by unknown offenders in a dark grey Volkswagen Tiguan. And this is in the middle of the afternoon, 3:35 p.m. Seriously injured when he came out of the moving car. So they're not saying did he jump out or was he pushed out. Nature of his injuries are unconfirmed. Not in a position to speak to us. Initial investigations indicate victim was an innocent bystander chosen at random on his way home from school. God damn, that's so fucking weird. Several other incidents around the same time, including an armed robbery. About 10 minutes before he's forced into the car, 4 teenagers were robbed by 2 unknown offenders, armed with machetes, who took mobile phones and other personal belongings. Car's since been recovered, but it's not fully established if it's the same car. Okay. Oh, it was burnt out. Okay. Probably. How to crack down on knife crime. Yes. Machetes have no place on our streets. That's weird because that's, in my general neighborhood. That's pretty weird. All right, so it was cancels the media watch. So you're worried? Yeah, tired after 6 hours. So if you're not sleeping great. Oh, adjusting to a new environment. Sure. So I was doing a 10-hour shift, 40-minute drive. Oof. Yeah, Jesus, if that doesn't get you straight to sleep, nothing will. 10-hour shift and a commute. Damn. Well, I hope things level out for you because I understand if I take what you're telling me is that you've moved house recently, and that's a whole thing. I swear to God, like I've been here 6 years now, but I still remember moving in after being in the previous place like 10 years, and you hear different fucking noises, and you wake because it's just a different house, it's a different environment, so there's different noises during the fucking night, and you try to second, what the fuck was that? What was that? Also, my cat, my former cat, my deceased cat, Mimsy, did something really weird here just after we moved in that she'd never done before, made these really weird noises. Oh gosh, bushland. Yeah, okay. Dang. Yeah, there'd be all sorts of noises in there. Yep. That'd be a little adjustment. That would be an adjustment right there. Ugh. Ah. I remember walking along a country road, like middle of fucking nowhere. It wasn't a highway, it was a connecting road between towns. Literally the middle of the night, like till from midnight to around 6 a.m. And there was a fair bit of moonlight because it was like, I don't know, fields of, I don't know, wheat or something. And I could see them in like ghostly shapes. And it was the wind blowing and they just make this rattling noise. So it was quite disconcerting. I could see just enough to sort of see my environment, but not see a lot of detail. So spent the whole night being really creeped out. Yep, frogs, birds, boop boops. Yep, yeah, yeah. The sounds of bushland. Definitely an adjustment period. Even just in the suburbs, you move suburbs, you get different birds and sort of different amounts of possums around here. But yeah, it's weird. Just suburb to suburb, even over a couple of blocks, the birds you hear can be quite different, which is really weird that it changes that much. But it does, from my experience. So it's a whole thing. Mainly my urine sample. I'm now following. Speaking of, we were speaking earlier about useful and educational videos on YouTube. After seeing it on a YouTube video, I'm now drinking my own urine. So I'm not. It's a clarified cocktail. It just looks like a urine sample, as so many of them do. And someone can clip that, take that out of context. Angry Aussie. Drinking piss. That's okay. That's fucking yum. Oh God, you heard it's addictive. I've seen people post stuff, clipping stuff off like Reddit groups or whatever, the people who think urine is a cure-all or whatever, and people doing fucked up things like peeing into a cup and do the and they hold it over their eye and sort of get, and so they're washing their eye in urine, and then they get eye infections and they wonder why, and they just get people going, no, that's just the toxins being flushed out of your body. It's working. And it's just like, you people terrify me. You absolutely terrify me. It's like when I see the people who are still posting that, COVID was a hoax, masks don't work, vaccines don't. And it's like, we literally have absolutely irrefutable data on the effectiveness of masks, isolation, and vaccines, because you can compare areas like Australia, where there was pretty high conformity, to areas like Florida, where there was not conformity to it. And like the first 2 years of COVID, our number of deaths was only about 10% of the number of deaths in Florida. And Florida actually has a smaller population than Australia, but it's a reasonable comparison. And so, yeah, the death rate in Florida for those bad years, 2020 and 2021, was, I think, more than 10 times higher than Australia's. It's pretty fucking stark. This is why when I see people like say, "Oh, you shouldn't have forced the mandates. That's not fair," oh, blah 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 blah. Is what are you gonna pick the 90,000 people? Because if those controls weren't in place, we would have just had an astronomically worse death toll. And it's like these people glibly saying, I remember these are even relatively serious people on some TV panel, not the random fuckwits who had protests and whatnot. But when they're saying, like, they were arguing against isolation and lockdowns and whatnot. And so the presenter said, well, what death toll as a result of not having restrictions is acceptable? And they're going, oh, it's not fair to say, yeah, but how many people deserve to... And it's like, no, it is literally fair, because it is a solid thing. Without the isolation and other preventative measures, a whole bunch of people would die who otherwise wouldn't. So when these fuckwits were saying we shouldn't have any restrictions, I go, well, you are just saying, and X thousand people are going to die. What's an you literally have to say what's an acceptable number of people dying. And it was the worst sort of prevaricating. Ooh, cook and talk time. Okay, something to make. He's got mince, taco flavored pasta bake. Oh, hell yes. I fucking love pasta bakes. I made one with chicken meatballs, and it was really good. I love just, you just chop up what you got, like, mushroom, onion, capsicum, garlic, whatevs you like. Pan fry that, and then cook the mince into that, and mix in some pasta, cheese or cheese sauce on the top, and bake it. Fucking love that. That's always gonna work. I'm never gonna say no to a pasta bake like that. That's gonna fucking rock. In fact, with my leftovers from my pasta bake, because I made it last night and I still got some left, just to mix it up, I made. They don't really count as burritos. They're just wraps. I just got the wraps and I went, ooh, now I'm just chopping some stuff out of this bowl, putting it in the wrap, roll it up, heating it up, and then cooking it in a sandwich press. Just to have it slightly differently. Fucking yum. So yum. So good. I'm a big fan of baking things. Baking just makes things taste good. It's a whole thing. So yeah, I tend to I go into the supermarket getting things I mean to get, and if I go through a section where there's a sale, it's like, oh, I went through the meat section and there's some mince, or there's some meatballs, or there's some sausages that are obviously near their use by date and they've been really marked down. I'll buy them and I'll freeze them. And then when I'm motivated, it's like, okay, thaw them out, cook up some veggies, add the meat component, and a sauce, whether you're doing a tomato sauce or a cream sauce or a creamy tomato sauce, everything you like in there. And yeah, put them in a baking dish, cheese on top, and smoked paprika on the cheese. I've become obsessed since Mrs. Angry introduced me to it. I've become obsessed with smoked paprika. I'm thinking of doing like some sort of smoked paprika infusion with alcohol, because I think that would work. Just trying to think what alcohol would go best with it. Or even maybe not even infuse it, just like, when you do like a salt rim with some cocktails, like a margarita is the most popular one. Just mix up some salt with some smoked paprika, like grind it up in a mortar and pestle, and rim a glass with it. In fact, now I've said that, that's it. That's what to do. Sorry, is what in a grinder? You're saying the smoked paprika? That's pre-ground. I'm sure you could make your own. Get the capsicum and roast it, and then dry it, and then grind it up. But I actually get ground smoked paprika from the super duper market. Oh fuck yeah, Justin, the air fryer, absolutely. And that's what I do my bakes in. I make a little thing, put it in a dish, put it in the air fryer for 10 minutes. Cinnamon whiskey. See, that's what I was thinking, actually. Cinnamon whiskey works. So probably smoked paprika whiskey. But I think tequila. I feel like I'd go with tequila. Or fucking anything. It's just, like I said, I'm freaking obsessed by smoked paprika at the moment. I think it'd go with anything. You know what I could do? I could even possibly do it in a syrup. A rum, smoked paprika infused rum and Coke. Yeah. I'm also thinking possibly with a syrup, because I often make syrups where you cover a fruit or a fruit peel with sugar. Citrus peel is really good for it because there's all the oils in the citrus peel. You cover it in sugar, and the sugar leaches the oils out of the peel and turns into a syrup. But really moist fruits like apple, pear, banana is really good because they're all fucking water. You cover them with sugar, and the sugar absorbs the juice out of the fruit and makes it really yummy. I'm thinking, because I make a spiced apple sugar syrup. I after covering the slices of apple with sugar, getting a syrup, then I tend to combine it in a saucepan. I toast cooking spices, cinnamon, nutmeg, star anise, cloves, that type of thing, and it's super yummy. But I'm also thinking that would work. Sliced apple, cover that in smoked paprika, and then that in sugar. Oh, the wrap. No, the wrap fucking works. Either straight up, like cook your shit up and put it in a wrap, or chuck leftovers in a wrap. It's so yummy. I don't know if Mexican people invented the idea of the wrap, like having a tortilla and putting food in it and wrapping it up, and either having it just like that or baking it or whatever. But I know it from Mexican food. Holy shit, it's good. I think the Mediterraneans do it. I think the Greeks do it. I kind of feel I'm not sure. I think like Greeks and Lebanese people do it. It's most famously Mexican food with the wraps. But yeah, I think it's fucking awesome. You just have either you're making stuff specifically to be in a wrap, or you just chuck leftovers in it. This is where I love like my two favorite kitchen implements: the air fryer and a sandwich press, a flat sandwich press. You can do so many things with it, and it's just like, yeah, just put stuff in a wrap, roll it up, put it in there, and put it in the press, and toast it. Fucking awesome. Oh no, Justin, your best friend's brother could be getting a divorce. Oh, true love. I know. There's been like a couple of celebrity relationships where I was going like, man, if that doesn't last, I just not going to believe in love anymore. But I believe in love. I've been with Mrs. Angry for 17 years. So my two younger brothers, and they're both over 50, are still married to their high school girlfriends. Yeah, air fry cookbooks or YouTube videos again. YouTube cooking videos. Know what you love doing. So the checkout Woolies. Oh, free cooking magazines. Okay, well that's good. Yeah. There are really good cooking videos on YouTube. There are some shit ones as well, but there are some good cooking videos on YouTube. Oh, yes. Parents divorcing. That's going to be harsh. Oh, yes. No, I have seen that one, Strictly Say Your Taste. Yeah. Okay, so it has cool ideas. Okay, well, that's good. I tend to... there are all these weird ones where the people who make them don't speak English, and they've all got variations of titles like, I cook this for dinner 3 times a week. My husband wants it every night. Just realized how much that sounds like I'm talking about sex. See, Strictly Say that's all any of us need, just the instructions. Oh, Justin, life's just complex. Relationships, kids, shit's complicated. That's my deep philosophical statement for the evening. Shit's complicated, yo. And people are complicated, and you just never freaking know what's going to happen. See, this clarified cocktail doesn't look like a urine sample. I don't know that it's come out. That's sort of a very light blue-green color because there was blue curacao in that. I've got all these. I even made another one. The one I'm making at the moment, I haven't filtered yet. I'm going to filter it tomorrow. It's a comparatively low alcohol one. Let's see. Ooh, okay. Interesting thought thing. What do I think about kids using iPads everywhere, including restaurants, etc.? Look, as a parent, someone had kids and you're desperately trying to keep them occupied, I can understand people doing that. There's a lot of argument about whether it's good, bad, indifferent, whatever. I think if it was the only thing you ever gave your kids and you gave it to them all the time, I'd worry about that. I don't worry about giving it to kids occasionally. The technology wasn't really around when my kids were littlies. But we would watch videos. I still remember being fascinated by my daughter. She was so fucking smart. She loved watching me play Nintendo 64. So this is back in the late 90s. She was born in 97. And so pre 2000, she loved watching me play Nintendo 64. And then she would occasionally, I'd switch her on for it, and she'd grab the controller and she'd start to understand. I think she was just seeing colors and movement. And she would understand when she did things with the controller, everything would change, the colors would move and whatnot. And then eventually she knew how to play games. And she fucking blew me away one time. I don't think she was even 3 years old, 3, 4 years old, maybe. Because this was back in the days, CRT TVs, and play the Nintendo, it had to be switched to a particular channel on the TV. And she sat down once because I'd let her play. She's going to play the Nintendo. And so she puts a cartridge in. She wants to play Mario or something, switches it on, switches on the TV, and then sits down and holds the controller, waits for the TV to warm up. TV comes on and it's not on the right channel. And I was with a mum and was kind of laughing she won't know why this isn't working. And she had watched us enough. She sat there and goes, oh. And so then she just walked over to the TV and changed channels till it was on the right channel that the Nintendo came on. So kids fucking absorb everything. They watch you, they absorb it, and so she knew how to get it to the channel where it would play and do it. So, and Strick saying, oh yeah, no, dude, actually, I'd fucking cheer you on. You're doing it on public transport so they sit still? Absolutely. Oh, Justin, your brother would watch you play computer games and ask questions? Yeah. Play The Sims, be scared of the burglar. Oh my God. Yeah, I would just question if it was the only thing you gave kids to do. I'm a huge believer in reading to kids, just sitting with them and reading. And, simple shit like Dr. Seuss or whatnot. But yeah, I would definitely, my kids, we had the first season, possibly 2 seasons of Pokemon on VHS, and they watched that non-stop. So I'm a big believer in do shit that works, but I think reading with kids is a very huge positive. And I definitely recommend that. But you can't do that everywhere. See, Justin, computers wasn't such a big thing with my kids, unless you mean when they were growing up. And I kind of didn't. Oh, you watched your dad playing Pitfall because you like playing because you sucked. Okay. Should we say you got an Atari in your 20s, finishing Pitfall in one hit, going, wait, that was actually easy. Why didn't I know how to do that? Yes, things are very much more difficult and confusing when you're a kid. But yeah, I'm sure a lot of people would shit talk things I did with my kids. I started letting them play Nintendo, watch videos, and they did play on computers as they grew up. But they're both really intelligent and together young adults. So I regret nothing. But yeah, I do encourage doing different things and encouraging creativity. And as I said, my favorite thing, they were a bit different, my kids. My daughter was a really good reader. She learned to read at a very early age. Took her a bit longer at school to get on mathematics. Whereas my son, took a bit longer to be a reader, but was more naturally gifted at mathematics at school, which is a very interesting contrast. And I'm not sure why that happened with them. But a funny thing with my daughter, like I used to read with her all the time, and she always wanted to read the same books over and over. So she was essentially memorizing what was on pages, because they were quite simple books, as I said, Dr. Seuss and a few others. And she would memorize what was on the pages. And then she started to learn, like before school, she was a fluent reader before school. She was sending her to daycare before she was at school, before she was in prep, and she could read. And she was the only kid in this daycare who could read at about 4 years old. 5 years old? What time did they start prep here? I don't remember. And I remember thinking it happened one day. It's in a daycare center. If she picked up a book and sat down to read, other kids would like her to read out loud. So she would read out loud. So she'd pull a book out and start reading, and a bunch of the other kids would sit around and listen to her read. And I remember what happened one day. The guy who owned the daycare saw this. I was there. It was not far off pickup. Caitlin sits down and picks up a book, starts reading. Other kids sit around her because they're like, someone's reading a story. Cool. And yes, Strict Sago read to the daughter every day, and my son as well. My daughter was more into the reading. But anyway, so she's reading. Other kids sitting around listening. And the guy who owned the daycare center was floored by this. Like, is she really that good a reader? And he did know that kids will just memorize stuff from books. And I watched him going like, and he's saying to her like, are you really reading that? And she's going, yeah. And so he flipped a couple pages rather than just let her go to the next page, because he thinks maybe she's just memorized what comes next. So he flipped across a couple of pages and said, can you read that? And she looks at him and goes, yeah, and reads that page. And then goes, oh, and flipped another couple of pages. Can you read that page? And she goes, yeah. And then he put like another book in front of her. Can you read that? And she gets going, yeah. And I was just watching, the look on her face is like, what the hell is wrong with you? I can read. What's wrong with you, you weird adult? It was very funny. Yeah, she was a very precocious reader. She did eventually pick up the maths very well as well. But yeah, it was very weird, the difference between my kids. My daughter, very precocious reader, took her longer to get a handle on maths. My son, very good at maths very early on. Took him a bit longer to get on top of reading. So nature, nurture, potato, who knows? But they'll get there in the end. So, my daughter just finished her linguistics degree at uni and is working now. And my son's doing animation and computer programming at uni. So, they got their shit together, basically. Oh God, my son was also doing hospitality work, bars, restaurants and whatnot, to have some money while he's at uni. And he finally got a job, the type of thing he wanted. It's actually like at a gaming themed bar. And he really likes it. Justin couldn't read or count above 10 till taught how to. Yeah, again, everyone learns differently. Everyone responds to different learning styles and teaching styles. So there's just huge variation, and there is of course massive argument about nature versus nurture. Streaks like you wish you had gaming bars. There's a few different ones in the Melbourne CBD. I can think of 3. They're all slightly different. Or quite different. So you got a retro gaming museum. Nice. Oh yeah, well apparently like the one where my son's working now, you can book booths, you can have a computer to play computer games. They have arcade machines there. You can book a console, and so you can have little parties where you're playing computer games or consoles. Um, and so yeah, the different bars are various. Like one of them is more like gaming themed, and they just have big screens of esports competitions. I know another one that's got a lot of arcade games, and they have booths for playing uh, consoles, and I think you can even get board games there. Um, there was one where upstairs was like a gaming hobby shop, and they particularly had a lot of tabletop gaming stuff there. And downstairs was a gaming themed bar. There weren't games in the bar, but they'd have like lots of cocktails that were gaming themed. Like you could get a mana potion and a health potion and all these other sorts of things. So yeah, see, Justin, we're all different. And I don't know that a lot of people naturally pick things up. It's just the environment you put in, and it's what you respond to as well. Uh, the people are a complex and varied bunch, and there's no one size fits all, despite what the education system seems to promote, because the education system certainly seems to promote the idea of one size fits all, and it just doesn't. So don't feel bad if you needed specialized teaching to pick things up, because people are just different, yo. We're all different, and we absorb and learn things differently. I realize I've got all these little things here. What do I have here? Mystery gin, uh, raspberry aquavite, vodka, and pink gin. Okay, and I might even put those in my freezer martini or not. Well, honestly, Justin, it depends which education system you're talking about and which part of which education system. There's that's not the worst bias in an education system. I've read reports of various education systems, particularly in poorer areas around the world, and that's in different parts of Europe, the Americas, and whatnot, where some schools actually gear up to make sure a certain number of students are definitely going to feel like failures and are never going to go to university and are going to go and work factory jobs. Oh, so strict sake, these little bottles, this was just a fun thing I bought. There were 6 of them originally. I emptied 2 of them. Uh, it was an online shop, White Possum, whitepossum.com.au, and you can get random tasting packs. And I thought that'd just be fun. Get a thing that's absolutely random little taste samples. And I made a video where I had 6 of them, and I did a blind tasting of them, and I tried to guess what they were, and I was so bad at it. I did pick the vodka successfully, and there was a really high proof rum in one of them, and I wasn't sure if it was so high proof. All I was getting was the burn, so I wasn't sure if it was rum or whiskey. There was a gin that I thought was whiskey. That was so embarrassing. But yeah. And yeah, Justin, so much of the education system is terribly outdated. But I don't know. You can get lucky, and you can end up in a school that is actually works for you and you just got to fucking hope for the best, basically, because there are lots of shortcomings in the education system, but God, you have these absolutely fucking weird, loony fringe types, mostly in the United States, who start arguing against the school system existing at all. It's like, I won't for a second pretend any education system in the world is perfect and unbiased and unflawed and whatnot. But the idea of there not being a public education system is terrifying. There's enough ignorance in the world as it is. But if there was a thing where, like the 1800s, when a significant majority of the population have no real schooling, so they don't learn basic things, is terrifying, quite honestly. Oh, Justin, there are a lot of bad teachers in the world, like really bad teachers, who, possibly, as you say, slap you down saying you won't go to uni. And I don't know. It's just, life's complex, and humans, we're awesome, and we're also sad and fucked up. Like, I like humans for all my cynicism and whatnot. I like humans. I think we're okay. But Jesus Christ, there's some fucked up humans as well. And some humans who seem to go out of their way to fuck up other humans, particularly young humans, for no good reason. And it's really distressing. So I don't know. It's like a constant struggle. Ugh. And yes, Justin, conservatives, particularly Republicans in the US, trying to get rid of sex education, anything helping children understand the actual diversity of gender identity and sexuality. The fact that there isn't a binary, the concept of the binary is false. And it's absolutely creepy what's happening in the United States. Creepy, bordering on terrifying, like super bad. It's very bad. It's not a little bit bad. It's very bad. I just had a little impulse to do some taste comparisons because I've got a few things over there I could do taste comparisons on, but not tonight. It's only fucking Tuesday. Maybe on Thursday or Friday. Particularly dry gins. I've got a couple of different dry gins, including one I haven't tasted yet that I got because it was on special. Archie Rose's Signature Dry. I was thinking, maybe. Oh. Gassy? Are you gassy, Marge? Are you gassy? Yeah, I might do a dry gin comparison on Thursday or Friday night. Just for fun. I like doing taste comparisons for fun. Oh, okay, so I'm like very mildly Smith. Thinking of drinking something. All right. What do we got? I'm gonna try one thing. Okay. Gonna try one thing. I haven't had this for a little while. Lime burners. Honey whiskey liqueur. Great Southern Distilling. I think this is from WA. Yeah. A honey whiskey liqueur from WA. So that's like the most famous honey whiskey liqueur is Drambuie Scotch whiskey. This is an Australian whiskey with honey. What's the ABV on this? 30. What is it? Oh, yeah, it's got stuff floating out like honey. Gonna have a little taste. Be the last bit of alcohol I have tonight. Man, that's really nice. Okay, what's the description here? Is it going to tell me, because there's little bits floating in this. Lime Burners Carry Honey Whiskey Liqueur is a rich, smooth blend of our award-winning single malt whiskey enriched with Carry honey and exotic spices. This extremely rare honey is sourced from the giant Carry forest in the remote southwest corner of Western Australia. Growing over 60 metres tall, flowering only once every 10 years, the Carry tree provides an exceptional honey to create this exclusive style of whiskey liqueur. I gotta go to the really exotic bits of Western Australia with the really tall trees. And also less impressive, but really interesting. Less impressive than 60-meter tall trees. The stromatolites, the most primitive organism known to still exist. And it grows. How neat. Why is my account below $500? Sure. Oh, okay, because phone company. Okay, sure. Looking at my accounts. Yep, I got it. Oh, that's why that came on. Okay, that's fine. Yep, okay. Do I get paid tomorrow? Now my bank's sending me notifications. I'm just going, am I getting paid tomorrow? I hope so. I've lost track. Yes! I get paid tomorrow. Fuck yeah. Time to go out and blow it all on hookers and blow. God damn. Okay, that's okay then. I'll get paid tomorrow. Gonna have a weekend full of hookers and blow. I mean, I probably shouldn't, but I might. You never know. Oof. Okay, so it's going quiet. I mean, and it's okay. I don't mind when people are off doing things. I am kind of left wondering, seeing it's pretty quiet, should I just... I should not make another cocktail. I'm not going to. Yeah, it's quiet, but that's okay. There's nothing wrong with having an occasional quiet night. It's just like chill. I was half tempted to make another cocktail video, but I won't because it's already 9:30. You guys should. Okay, well, I don't know. I might. Cocktails I am. Okay. I was tossing up between two. I'll describe the two to you, Strictly Sega. Tell me, I will, look, honestly, I will eventually do both of these. and they're both sort of tequila based, but they're a little bit different. Okay, these are the two I was thinking of doing. There's one called Old Money, and that's equal parts mezcal, tequila, fruit liqueur, lemon juice, and sugar syrup. Shake it all on ice, put it in a glass. So that's Old Money. Mezcal, tequila, fruit liqueur, lemon juice, sugar syrup. The other one's called a Golden Phone, which is tequila, yellow chartreuse, Lillet Blanc, which is aromatized wine like vermouth, and white creme de cacao. That's a stirred one that you put in a glass like this on ice. Old Money is a good name, isn't it? I do like the name. The old equal parts thing is quite interesting. The recipe I said something about some spiced pear liqueurs, very particular. I don't have that. I was thinking of, I have an apple liqueur, which is really nice. So I was thinking going like mezcal, tequila, apple liqueur, lemon juice. They said honey syrup. I was going to do agave syrup. So it's a little twist on the Old Money. And that's like shaky, and serve in a glass like this. I'm definitely not doing it tonight because I'm in Tim Smith territory. I know. I wasn't going to do sour apple, although sour apple sounds really interesting. I do have a Luxardo sour apple liqueur. I have this French apple liqueur called Le Bleu that's really fucking good. It just is. It really tastes like almost like apple pie. It's like this very sugary apple flavor. Yeah, see, there's lemon juice in it, so I don't think it needs to be sour apple. But yeah, this French apple liqueur, Le Bleu, is quite nice. In fact, I have this random idea to just taste it, because I haven't tasted it on its own. Okay, but all right. I go in here, the mysterious cupboard of mystery, where my liqueurs are. All right. We've got elderflower. What is that? Creme de menthe. Banana. Kumquat. Strawberry. Watermelon. Tangelo. Passion fruit. Fork. So it's a cute label on this one. Le Bleu. It's very sort of cartoony label. So yeah, is this one Le Bleu? It's the thing is, you haven't seen me use this. I have so many. Don't use them very much. So I'm gonna put a little bit. Oh, it's really thick. It's a proper liqueur. It's quite syrupy. So chill that a little. The Le Bleu, which I've not tasted by itself for a while. Yeah, that genuinely, it tastes like apple and sugar, but it's apple pie. It's this really rich apple pie flavor. Oh God, I just actually thought I have a cinnamon liqueur in there. Make an apple pie old fashioned. A whiskey with that and the cinnamon. Oh, neat. Megaleech is having mango seltzer, homemade lime syrup. Nice. Oh, what did you watch on Aussie Movie Night? I'm always keen to hear what movies you've been watching. I have an idea. Just gonna do a comparison here. It's kind of funny. Like I still remember being asked when I had a raid of these people, what's the rarest thing you've got? And it's like, yeah, I think what you mean is what's the most expensive thing I've got? Because I've got stuff you just can't get anymore. Kind of no matter how much money you have, because it was such a limited run. And this was like a one-off thing. Bittermans do. They're famous for liqueurs and well, they're famous for bitters and some liqueurs. Called that Hiver Amer, Winter Amaro. And the story behind this is hilarious to me. Warming blend of cinnamon and bitter orange. This was meant to be a bitter orange liqueur. Also, the cartoon on it kind of looks like a meme. This was meant to be a bitter orange liqueur. And when someone was putting together the mix for it, they misread the instructions and they put 10 times more cinnamon in it than they were meant to. And it came out, and the people were going, what the fuck? Why did you put that? But they tasted it and was like, that's not bad. And so they released it as a limited edition. You just literally can't get this anymore because it was a very limited run. So, Bill Gates, fuck you. Elon Musk, fuck you. I bet you don't have this, and I bet you can't get it. Fuck you. So you watch a movie called Buddies, Colin Friels and Harold Hopkins, couple of blokes mining for sapphire. Rich guy comes along, tries to take their land. Okay, cool. Anyway, so this is I haven't used this in anything for a while. It's really cinnamony liqueur. So I've had a tiny taste of that by itself. Oh, see, Strictly Sega, I have a couple of things that just don't exist anymore. They were one-offs. They were very limited runs. And when they're gone, they're gone. So I've tasted this cinnamon liqueur. That's actually really fucking good. And really cinnamon. Oh, god damn. So I'm thinking, I don't know, later in the week, I might make an old-fashioned variation. It's like whiskey, apple liqueur, and cinnamon liqueur. Oh, Killing of Angel Street. I remember that movie. So it's an old bloke who didn't want to sell up his house on the Sydney waterfront. Yeah. And the land's worth a fortune. Yeah. And he gets killed. Yeah. Because there was around Sydney particularly, but this probably goes for every big city in the world. There was real estate that at a certain point was regarded as not very valuable. And then times and tastes change and it becomes really sought after. And so inner Sydney is definitely that, because inner Sydney used to be regarded as a shithole, like probably till the 1980s, right up till the 1980s, inner Sydney was regarded as like a shithole. And the prices only started escalating in the 1980s. And so a lot of the inner city was working class, and then the greedy property developers moved in, and everything changed. I don't think I ever saw the movie The Killing of Angel Street, but I remember it being released. Like, that was like 90s, wasn't it? That feels like it's an old movie. All right, so I'm inspired. Probably later this week, I might make an old-fashioned variation that has whiskey and this apple liqueur and this cinnamon liqueur, and I'll call it an apple pie old-fashioned. So that's from 1980. Killing of Angel Street's from 1980. Okay, that's a little bit older than I thought it was. I do remember the name of the movie, though. Yeah, okay. Well, that's the whole thing. I feel like I have an apple. I do. Okay. God, I think I have the whole fucking package here. I'm just going to quickly go over and check. Okay, I might put these two back in the cupboard, actually. Just while I'm thinking of it. Oh. Put this at the back. Put this here. I'm sure I have a Star Wars limited edition here. That's on churros. Yes, sticky toffee apple. So yes, they got some apple brandy barrels from the US and aged a whiskey in former apple brandy barrels. So I think that whiskey. Oh, let me do that. So, you always do 3. Sunday night movie. Oh, no, you got to talk about Sunday night movies. Okay. So, Shelf Life, directed by Paul Bartel. 3 kids went to a bomb shelter, 63. Story starts up 30 years. They were down a bomb shelter for 30 years. Okay. All the games they play, how much they've lost their minds. That sounds like a trip. That sounds like it. I'm not familiar with that one. Sounds like an absolute trip. Ugh. Yeah, I think there was lots of fiction about bomb shelters because bomb shelters became a big thing in the Cold War. Again, I haven't even addressed tonight's theme was today's date was marks an event that was regarded as the start of the Cold War when a Russian defected and said, oh no, the Soviets are spying on everyone in North America. And that defection is regarded as the start of the Cold War. Almost 80 years ago. Us humans, we're so weird and paranoid and destructive. Ugh. Yeah, I'm trying to think, how will I do this apple pie old fashioned? Because it's with ingredients that no one's going to have. So a lot of the cocktail videos I make is like, hey, you should try this. But it might be one of those ones where I say, this is to inspire you to seek out weird stuff and to be creative. So your third Aussie movie night. Strange Planet. I think I've seen that. What's Strange Planet? That sounds vaguely familiar. Okay, Claudia Carvan. So I'm on board already. Naomi Watts. Claudia Carvan is my unrequited teenage early 20s crush. And Hugo Weaving. Well, I'm on board with the cast. I don't know if I've seen the movie though. I'll look it up. Strange Planet. Australian movie. 1999 comedy romance. I was a follow-up to Love and Other Catastrophes, which I did watch. 3 male friends, 3 female friends over the course of 1 year. A commercial disappointment. Okay, so it kind of feels like it should have been better with these people in it. And it was kind of a follow-on from Love and Other Catastrophes, which I did watch and did enjoy. Claudia is falling for older married men. That's probably why I never got anywhere, because I'm the same age as her. Oh, Blaxploitation Night. My God, there were some fucking good films made that fall under the banner of Blaxploitation. Just like great films, great well-made films, some funny, campy films, and some really culturally important films. Oh, Wolf Creek. God damn. Oh, there's a challenge. What the hell goes with Wolf Creek? What Australian films are you going to watch if you're also watching Wolf Creek? Yeah, Shaft trilogy. Nice. Oh my God, that's an incredible trilogy to watch. Oh, okay. I don't know where you get your films, if you're watching physical media or if you're finding them on pirate sites or whatever. There is I'll try and find you a link to it. I'm just thinking of weird shit. Australian film Patrick. 1978 film. Horror sci-fi. It's just called Patrick. I don't know if you'll be able to get it for your thing. That one. It's called Patrick. I was just thinking of, oh, you know it? Of course you do. Of course you do. Oh shit, you've got Patrick on Blu-ray? Holy shit. I'm not surprised you know it. So I was just trying to think of weird. Oh, you know what? Okay, here's my proposed triple feature: Wolf Creek, Patrick, and Bad Boy Bubby. Fucked up Australian film night. Oh my god, that would be such a weird movie night. Um, oh my god. That just like came to me as a triple feature. Oh good god. Just got a weird Australian films. I still want to. I've never seen the documentary, Not Quite Hollywood, which is like the Ozploitation films from the late 70s, mid to late 70s. Uh, it looks very interesting because I've seen about half the films that are featured in it. Oh, good. And I also just remembered, like about almost like 15 years ago, 15, 20 years ago, Foxtel was running this stuff that hadn't properly been reviewed by the Australian Censorship Board. And so they were running a couple of shows that actually wouldn't have gotten cleared, and in fact the censorship board eventually realized they were showing them and they had to stop showing them. One was Naked News, which was just funny. It was literally women just doing a straight read of news stories and gradually disrobing till they were naked. And I forget what the other one was called, but it would have all this weird shit. And they actually ran the 70s Ozploitation doco Australia After Dark at one point, and it was just about fringe Australian sex scene in the 70s. And when I watched it, I was just in hysterics. I think this is fucking awesome. Every time you're seeing something, you're these people naked and doing weird shit. You're going like, yeah, this is someone's grandma and grandpa doing this. This is fucking awesome. Australia After Dark. Oh dear. Okay, so you uploaded a pic in Discord. I need to open the Discord. Where are we? Oh my god. Okay, so your Blu-rays. I need to have a look at these. Yes, 70s sex in Aussie films, Bush in the Bush. Okay, so your Blu-rays. What do we have here? Patrick double feature, long weekend, snapshot. Not quite Hollywood. Nightmares. Oh, Turkey Shoot. Oh, holy shit. That was an amazing film. The Survivor, Thurston Harlequin. Oh, yeah, that British guy was the lead in Harlequin, if I remember. Turkey Shoot. That movie fucking rocked. Like half the people in it disowned it afterwards because it was so bloodthirsty. Oh, and you've got Stone there too. Jesus. Dang. That's a whole thing. Also, Patrick got remade. Okay, so that's why it's a double feature. Okay. Damn. God, Stone was a trip. Bikie movie. Cop trying to infiltrate bikies and whatnot. One of the bikies was Hugh Keys-Byrne, who was the toe cutter in the original Mad Max and Immortan Joe in Fury Road. The late Hugh Keys-Byrne, no longer with us. Hey, Safa. Oh, you had a family funeral. Well, that's an acceptable excuse, man. Oh God, you've got Australia After Dark. And they're just Jesus Christ, some weird fucking shit got made in Australia in the 70s. Honestly. Crazy, crazy, crazy stuff. Ugh. Oh, that was what I was trying to remember what it was on Foxtel that got them into trouble when the censor realized they were running stuff that hadn't gone through the review board, and they had to stop doing them. One was Naked News. The other one was I think it was just called The Wonderful World of Sex, and lots of gratuitous nudity. Safa, how Tim Smith? I mean, I don't know, man. 3/4, fully, close to it. I don't know. If you made him, oh yes. That was that the 10(1)B thing? It was a tax thing to try and encourage the Australian film thing. If you paid money to have a movie made, you got a tax write-off, so you got 130% of the money back. Yeah. Oh, I can be pretty articulate while definitely being Tim Smithed. I'm somewhere. I reckon it's fair to say I'm somewhere between 3/4 of full shoes. You think I'm a geek for remembering it was the 10(1)(b) tax thing? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's just because I was in the industry, I guess. Oh, Safa, I don't know. We've just been fucking chill. It's been a quiet night, but it's cool. Having quiet nights occasionally is good and just chilling. Me and Strictly Sega have been mad, weird Australian film nerd shit for a while now. Um, uh, I'm aware of the existence of Morwell, Safa. I'd need a map to find it, but I'm aware of the existence of Morwell. Actually, that does sum it up. Strictly Sega, movie talk and booze talk. But yeah, I'm thinking because I hadn't tasted either that apple liqueur or the cinnamon liqueur for a while, and they both taste good. I think I'll definitely do a thing for my YouTube channel later in the week where I do an apple pie old fashioned. Where I just talk about you probably cannot make this thing because it's all these rare components that you just can't get anymore because they were all one-offs. The Le Ballou's not a one-off. It's a constantly released thing, so you can get that. But the cinnamon and the Starwood apple pie whiskey are one-offs that you just can't get anymore. But just to encourage people to experiment. Oh, okay. I've actually been to the Latrobe Valley Power Plant when I worked for Energy Australia. So I've been to Morwell. Yeah, Thai. Well, that sounds nice. I actually, me and Strictly Sega were talking food earlier. I made a wrap with some stuff I'd made. Yep. We had a whole food talk earlier. Yeah, actually, today was a little bit colder than I thought it was going to be. Yesterday was a little bit rainier than I thought it was going to be in the afternoon, and today was a little bit colder than I thought it was going to be. And it's like not warm for the rest of the week, but I feel like the normal Melbourne thing, this is going to be the last week that has a kind of reminder of winter. And then we're just going to get a lot of warm days. Won't stop raining on you. We got more rain yesterday than I expected. Right. You know what? Let's just talk about the fucking weather for a while. How is Black Pearl? I'm on the top 30% of bar reviewers on Google. Okay. I've been reviewing places I go for date night on Google, and they're hot for me to do more. What does Bomb say for the rest of the week? Tomorrow, 19. I think. Ooh, oh, okay. I reckon they've revised the next 2 days up. Tomorrow, 19, no rain. Thursday, 20, but 1 to 4 millimeters. Jesus Christ, we're going from 13 to 20 on Thursday to 8 to 12 on Friday with 3 to 10 millimeters of rain. Fuck me. Friday's shit. Saturday, 7 to 14. Sunday, 9 to 16. Monday, 7 to 17. Tuesday, 8 to 18. Jesus Christ. Okay, so the next 2 days, they've revised the temps up. Friday looks like it sucks balls. Friday looks like it's going to be shit. Should you say, you need a day off, put up a tent. Ugh. Oh, Safa, tram ride, okay. Not very crowded, honestly. Because my tram eventually going down St Kilda Road, and lots of people join it there. But yeah, it's kind of quiet. People are not going into the office. There was not many people in the office today. Not many people in the office yesterday. I'm not going into the office for the rest of the week. Fuck that. I've done my time in the office. Arbitrary bullshit. Although I've organised a couple of things for next Monday, so it'll feel like there's an actual reason to go in the office because there's actual stuff to sit down with people and talk to people. So yeah. Oh no. Okay. So here's the thing. I will because Dan Andrews has been fixing level crossings and whatnot and removing them. I've just been walking to the tram stop. It's like I've timed it. It's 8 minutes. It takes me 8 minutes to walk to a tram stop. So I'm looking at Tram Tracker. I look where it goes. But when there's more parking available at the train station, I'll probably go back to driving to the train station. It's like Caulfield and surrounding stations. The parking's been fucked up for the last year. I'm hoping sometime soon it's not fucked up, and then I'll drive to the train station and get the train. Yeah, no, Safi, absolutely right. Walking's good. Depending because there's a couple train lines around me. The walk can be anywhere from 8 to 20 minutes, depending where I'm coming from. And, that's a good thing. Oh, Strictly Sega. Holy crap. The removing level crossings around Melbourne over the last 4 or 5 years, incredible shit. Like, it's saved thousands and thousands of people hundreds of hours a year. It's just incredible the difference it's making. Yeah, it's traffic flow and it looks better. Oh, it's gone down a little bit. Like about 2 weeks ago, fuel prices shot up to the freakiest level all year. But it was like $2.40 something here a couple of weeks ago. Now it's dropped down to under $2. Yeah, I don't know. Fuel's expensive. It's fucking ridiculous. But what are you gonna do? I don't understand how all those things work. It's all very weird. I bet it's fucking brutal in the bush, actually. Drinking a bit more sody water. Oofed. Okay. So we're rolling up on 10. Now, I think we literally are hitting like highest prices. Like not now, 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, I think it was definitely the highest price it's been all year. Pat, how you doing? Just in time to say hi before I go to bed. Yes, Tricky say you pick my brain. Play a few songs. Nice. Bit of music is always good. So I'm a big fan of the various streaming services where you pick one song and then it creates a whole playlist for you based on that one song. I am very well. Saf, what I'm watching tomorrow, we are we're rewatching season 1 of Wheel of Time. We'll probably finish season 1 tomorrow, and then we can start watching season 2. I haven't lined up a takeaway night yet with the young'uns. We'll have to see. So Shaft movie 7. Okay, as soon as I think of 70s music, the first one, and particularly with blaxploitation, the first one I think of is Across 110th Street by Bobby Womack. And in fact, I'm going to go on here, go Across 110th Street. So if I go, I'm going to play it. Okay. So what else does it recommend? If we go 110 Street, okay. Here's a few things it recommends. I start the list with Across 110th Street by Bobby Womack, which I fucking love, which I only know because it was on a Quentin Tarantino soundtrack. Then it recommends What's Going On, Marvin Gaye, Barry White. So I think Whatever by Barry White, James Brown as well. I see. I know this is a good fucking selection. This is blaxploitation music, strictly so you take notes. So Bobby, just artists and whatever song. The artists: Bobby Womack, Marvin Gaye, Barry White, James Brown, Curtis Mayfield, George Baker, Sam Cooke, Nina Simone. I mean, holy shit. How good is that? That's a whole thing. So, Safa, what are we saying? I don't know what that question means. Oh, no. Okay, I've timed it. It takes me a brisk walk from my door to the tram stop is 8 minutes. So when I'm looking at the Tram Tracker app, if it's 10 minutes, I can make it comfortably. Oh, yeah, strictly saying, I know. I'd like to claim credit for that. That was YouTube Music that did it, but that was a killer fucking selection. But yeah, whenever I think of the 70s of blaxploitation, it's just like, yep. The first thing that occurs, I think, God, how many different movies used 110th Street? Because I think there was literally a movie called Across 110th Street. Safa, I do leave at about 7 a.m. I have my alarm 6:30 if I'm going into the office, and I leave the house at about 7. Okay, you missed one between Sam Cooke, Curtis Mayfield. I'll just go back. I'm probably going to listen to this fucking playlist tomorrow because it sounds so good. So we got Bobby Mager, Marvin Gaye, James Brown, Barry White. Oh, George Baker. Yeah. George Baker. Yes. Okay. See, you watched Across 110th Street 2 weeks ago. Yeah. It would be real difficult for the movie to be as good because that is a fucking kick-ass song. Across 110th Street is such a good song. And of course, another good source of that type of music is Quentin Tarantino soundtracks because he does really good soundtracks. I love Heidi, you're planning. Shower, 3 coffees, number of ciggies. Yeah, I have my alarm set for 6:30. That lets me gradually wake up, take a shit, have a shower, get dressed, and go. And I do kind of agree with you, Stricasega. Smoking's not great. Oh, neat. Safa watching Revenge of the Sith Blue 4K. There you go. Heini, I love that you know it's a bad idea, but you do it anyway. Yeah. Yeah, we finished rewatching Andor last week. Might rewatch Rogue One, best of the new movies. Pat, I'm fine. I'm also going to bed because it's after 10 p.m. Gotta work tomorrow. Oh, working from home, which is a bonus, so I don't get up till 7. Heini, when you're ready to, I think you want to go talk to a doctor or a pharmacist about things that maybe help you give up. I've never smoked, so I'm not a good source. So I'm going to say no to everyone. Well, maybe ceremonial eating of the cherry. My God, these cherries are so fucking good. Oh my God, they're so fucking yummy. So fucking nice. Luxardo cherries, they fucking rock. Sorry, a little party in my mouth at the moment. So fucking yummy. All right, thank you so much for hanging out tonight. I'm going to go. In all probability, we'll be back on Thursday. Yeah, speaking of classic songs, cherry bomb. Anyway, good night, you fabulous folk. I'll see you another time. But I will